You're doing everything right. You eat your vegetables, take your daily multivitamin, stay active and get decent sleep. Yet every afternoon that crushing fatigue hits like a wave. Your doctor says your basic blood work looks fine, but you know something's off. Here's what they're not telling you. The standard tests most seniors get only scratch the surface. I'm about to reveal 6 silent energy thieves that conventional medicine routinely misses, and I'm speaking from hard-won experience. After 20 years of watching my own mother struggle with unexplained exhaustion despite a perfect Mediterranean diet, we finally discovered she had 3 critical deficiencies that never showed up on her annual checkups. Within 6 weeks of targeted supplementation, she went from napping twice daily to gardening for hours and volunteering at her church again. The truth is, as we age past 60, our bodies change in ways that sabotage nutrient absorption. Your stomach acid decreases by up to 40%, meaning that healthy salmon you're eating, you're only absorbing a fraction of its B12. That calcium-rich yogurt? It needs adequate vitamin D3 and K2 to actually reach your bones, and most seniors are deficient in both cofactors. These aren't exotic deficiencies requiring expensive treatments. These are widespread, fixable problems that mainstream medicine simply isn't prioritizing. Here's what makes this particularly dangerous. These deficiencies don't just steal your energy, they create a domino effect. Low magnesium disrupts your sleep, which tanks your vitamin D absorption, which compromises your calcium metabolism, which accelerates muscle weakness. It's a vicious cycle that conventional testing completely misses because they're checking individual nutrients in isolation, not the interconnected web your body actually operates on. In the next few minutes, I'm walking you through each deficiency with specific symptoms to watch for, the exact tests you need to request from your doctor, not the standard ones, and the precise dosages that actually move the needle based on current research. This isn't generic advice. This is the roadmap my mother used, and it's helped thousands of seniors reclaim the energy they thought was gone forever. If you're tired of being tired, smash that like button right now so this reaches other seniors who deserve answers, and let's get your energy back together. Let me start by sharing something that happened just last month at my local community center. I was giving a talk on nutrition, and a woman named Patricia raised her hand. She was 72, impeccably dressed, clearly someone who took care of herself. She said her energy had been declining for 3 years, and she'd seen 4 different doctors. All of them told her it was just normal aging. But here's what struck me. She mentioned she'd become a vegetarian 5 years ago to improve her health, and she was religious about her morning walks and her organic produce. On paper, she was the picture of healthy aging. In reality, she could barely stay awake past 7 in the evening. When I asked if anyone had ever tested her B12 levels specifically, not just her general blood count, she looked at me blankly. That single question changed her life because 3 weeks later, after getting the right test and starting proper supplementation, she called me in tears. Happy tears. She just played with her grandchildren for 3 hours straight without needing to lie down. This is exactly the problem we're facing in senior healthcare today. The system is set up to catch the dramatic failures, the heart attacks, the strokes, the cancers, but it completely misses these subtle nutritional erosions that steal your quality of life day by day. And the cruel irony is that many of you watching this are actually causing some of these deficiencies by trying to eat healthier. I know that sounds backwards, but stay with me because understanding this paradox is absolutely critical to getting your energy back. Let's talk about what's really happening in your body after 60. Your stomach is supposed to produce hydrochloric acid, a powerful substance that breaks down the protein in your food and liberates minerals and vitamins so your intestines can absorb them. But starting around age 50, your stomach's parietal cells start producing less acid. By 70, you might be producing 40 to 60% less than you did at 30. Now, your doctor probably never mentioned this because it doesn't cause dramatic symptoms. You don't double over in pain. You just gradually, imperceptibly stop extracting the nutrients from your food. That grass-fed steak you're eating? The B12 is locked inside the protein, and without adequate stomach acid, it stays locked. That spinach salad loaded with iron? Your reduced acid means you're absorbing maybe 15% of what you think you're getting. And here's where it gets even more insidious. Many seniors are on proton pump inhibitors, medications like omeprazole or pantoprazole, for acid reflux or GERD. These drugs essentially shut down your stomach acid production even further. I'm not saying these medications don't have their place, but I am saying that if you've been on them for years, you're almost certainly developing deficiencies and nobody's monitoring for them. The research on this is crystal clear, but somehow it hasn't translated into standard practice. Doctors prescribe these medications and forget about them, renewing them year after year without ever checking whether you're still absorbing B12, magnesium, calcium, or iron. Now let me tell you about vitamin D, because this one makes me genuinely angry at how poorly it's being addressed. Your doctor probably tested your vitamin D at some point, and if it came back at 30 or 35 nanograms per milliliter, they told you it was fine. Here's what they're not telling you: that reference range of 30 to 100 is absurdly broad.